Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. In today's video, we are going to be talking all about the iPhone 14. Apple just had their big event yesterday where they revealed the iPhone 14 and 14 Pro, the Apple Watch Series 8, and the AirPods Pro 2. It was a really exciting event and I can't wait to unbox all of those. But what we're going to do in this video is just focus on the iPhone 14 and iPhone 14 Plus, talk about the new features, how the pre-orders are going to work, and when you can pick up the phone. So first, let's talk size. So we got two new sizes in the standard iPhone 14, which is a 6.1 inch model and a 6.7 inch model, and this is great for a lot of customers that have been wanting that larger display but didn't want to pay the extra money for the Pro Max model, because that thing is a lot of money, and it's awesome that Apple is giving you the option now to get a regular iPhone 14 but in a bigger size. I think it's going to sell really well, and I wouldn't be surprised if this is the best selling model out of all four. Next, let's talk price. So it's going to be $799 for the iPhone 14 and then $899 for the 14 Plus. That actually means there's not a price increase, which was a huge rumor before the event. Everyone was reporting that the iPhone 14 lineup was going to have a price increase of about $100, but luckily that wasn't the case. The only price increase we actually see technically isn't even an increase, because the iPhone 14 Plus has never existed. So since that one is more money than the regular iPhone 14 at $899, it's technically a price increase for the base model phone, but at the same time not really. Next, let's talk about display. So we've still got 1200 nits of brightness and Apple's extremely tough ceramic shield. Both phones are going to have Apple's Super Retina XDR displays, and they will be OLED screens. The colors that the phone is going to come in is Midnight, Starlight, Blue, Purple, and a product red, and it looks like Apple is choosing brighter colors compared to the iPhone 13 last year. The ones that they went with this year are more of like a pastel kind of color. Besides, of course, the Midnight, the Starlight, and the product red, everything else is kind of like a pastel base. We also got a bit of an upgrade with the battery life of the iPhone 14, so the regular 14 will have 20 hours of battery life, which is 1 hour better than last year being 19. Not really a huge upgrade there, it is just 1 hour. The big increase in battery life though comes with the 14 Plus, because it's a bigger phone, it's got a bigger battery, and Apple is stating that it's going to have up to 26 hours of battery life, which is a huge difference. That is the best battery life that Apple is going to be offering in a non-Pro phone, and it's a crazy amount of battery life for $899. Like, it is just wild. A bigger screen, a better battery. Like I said, I think that 14 Plus is going to sell really well. Next, let's talk about the chip that is going to be powering the iPhone 14 and 14 Plus. It is going to be a different chip compared to the Pros, so let's go ahead and dive into what that means. So essentially, the iPhone 14 and 14 Plus are going to have the same chip as the iPhone 13, being the A15 Bionic, except there's a little bit of a difference here. So in the A15 Bionic chip that's in the iPhone 14s, we're going to have a 6-core CPU, a 16-core neural engine, and a 5-core GPU, which is one more GPU core than we had last year with the previous A15 Bionic. It looks like Apple is going to be using this as a way to differentiate from the regular 14s to the Pros, because the Pros are getting a brand new A16 chip, but it is nice at the same time that they're slightly upgrading the A15 that we got last year with the 13s. Although it's not really like a crazy difference, it is nice that they're slightly upgrading it. Now, storage sizes for the 14 and 14 Plus is 128, 256, and 512 gigs. Both models are of course going to have 5G connectivity, and both of the phones are going to be getting a new image signal processor as well as SOS features. So a couple of the features that Apple was talking about in the presentation was an SOS feature that is going to basically just relay that distress signal via satellites. So that is very cool, but I hope no one has to really use that, to be honest. But if you do find yourself stranded somewhere or lost or something along those lines, it is nice that Apple is including stuff like this. And they added a new crash detection that's built into the iPhone 14. So another thing that I hope you don't have to use, but in the case that you have a bad accident, it's nice that your phone is going to be able to detect that and contact emergency services. I'm just excited to see how other tech reviewers are going to be reviewing this feature on the new phone. I feel like there's going to be some pretty wild videos showcasing this. Next, let's talk cameras. So we've got a 12 megapixel main/wide camera with a larger sensor. We've got an f1.5 aperture with sensor shift, and it's going to have 49% better low light performance, which is huge. We're going to have a 12 megapixel ultra wide camera and a 12 megapixel front facing camera with 38% better low light improvement, and it now has autofocus built in as well. We're also getting a photonic engine, which is going to have 2.5 times better ultra wide camera performance for computational photography, and for video there's going to be a new stabilization engine that Apple's calling calling action mode, and this feature I am super excited for because in Apple's presentation, this thing looked phenomenal. They used the example of having like someone run and then someone carrying the camera beside them, and I'm sure you guys know if you're trying to film something like that, it is going to be really bouncy and shaky and just not look good. But with Apple's action mode, the footage that they showed with the action mode turned on was incredible. It looked silky smooth, it looked really good, and I can't wait to test this out when I do my review, because Apple was saying this is going to eliminate the need to carry around a gimbal to get that smooth footage because of the stabilization that's built into action mode. So if this is as good as they say and as good as the footage showed, this could be a game changer for a lot of people. Even myself, just doing tech reviews, when I have my camera on a gimbal, it would be nice to just only have the camera and just be able to get shots like that, instead of carrying around the gimbal and having to like do a whole kind of movement pattern just to get a certain shot. Next, let's talk about the SIM tray, which is going to be different this year if you live in the US. Apple said if you live in the United States and you buy a phone in the USA, of course, there isn't going to be a SIM tray, which I know some people are going to be confused by because eSIM is like a newer kind of thing, but essentially what eSIM is it's a digital SIM card attached to your cellular carrier. It's actually really easy to set up too, but basically the point that I want to get across is that if you buy an iPhone 14 this year and you live in the US, don't be alarmed if you don't see that SIM tray. You're still going to be able to get your account set up and everything with your cell carrier, but it looks like everywhere else in the world, the iPhone 14 and 14 Pro is going to be coming with a SIM tray still. Now lastly, let's talk about pre-orders and when you can actually get your hands on the phone. So pre-orders are going to be going live on Friday, September 9th at 5 a.m. Pacific time, which is 8 a.m. Eastern time. Make sure you place your orders though, because the last couple of years the stock level has been kind of lower. So if you, let's say, pre-order the phone like a few hours after that initial pre-order time, the date that you get it normally gets pushed back a bit. I actually had to drive, I think it was like 2 hours to a different Apple store out of my city just to get the phone on launch day, because I waited, I think, a couple of hours after the pre-order time, which sucked. So I will definitely be making sure to pre-order mine right at 8 a.m. on Apple's website. So once again, that is Friday, September 9th at 8 a.m. Eastern time, which is 5 a.m. Pacific time. And if you're one of the first people to order the phone, you will be able to get it on Friday, September 16th. I will be unboxing mine that day, so stay tuned for that video. So guys, we just talked about the brand new features with the iPhone 14. We talked pre-order dates and release dates, and a few other things that I wanted to mention in this video. So let me know down below what you guys think about the iPhone 14 and 14 Plus. Do you think it's worth the upgrade? And if you guys are upgrading, let me know which model you are picking up down below. I just think that the 14 Plus is going to do so well for Apple, and I think it's going to be just a home run for them. Bigger screen, better battery for $100 more than the regular 14, and you're going to save hundreds of dollars by not getting the Pro Max now. I just think it's going to do insanely well. But yeah, that is the video. Thank you for watching. If you guys are new to the channel, make sure you like and subscribe. I've got a ton of unboxings coming next week. I will be unboxing the AirPods Pro 2, the iPhone 14 Pro Max in silver, and the Nike Apple Watch Series 8 in silver, so stay tuned for those videos. Other than that, I hope you guys all have a great day today, and I will see you guys in the next video.